Let's get into our news of the week, which is brought to you by Eagle Mortgage. If you want to find out more about Eagle Mortgage, check out eaglemortgagecompany.com. You can always stop by the office, 114th and Davenport. And the reason why you would stop by is to finance a new house. If you are thinking about making a move, getting a new place, upgrading, downsizing, whatever the case is, depending on your point of the life cycle and your housing needs, just go ahead and talk to Eagle Mortgage. They are not a bank, so they're not beholden to any one lender. They can work with you, find out what the best financing choices are for you, and help you out. For most people, getting a house, pretty much the biggest thing they buy. And you want to make sure the financing is done right, and that's why you need Eagle Mortgage, eaglemortgagecompany.com. Well, Trenton, really cool announcement yesterday in Blair. There's new life for the former Dana College. Dana College went out of business quite some time ago. It's located on a hill above Blair, really pretty location. Anyway, it's going to be converted into Dana Village, which will ultimately be a $105 million project by Lutheran Family Services. The plan is to provide housing for young adults who have aged out of the foster system. They'll also have some low-income housing options as well, senior citizen housing, this sort of thing. But real cool project. Phase 1, 61 apartments in a former college residence hall. Also, they're renovating the old college gym, but there are going to be many more phases over the next 10 years. Now, I got to tell you, couple things come to mind. The first one is that thank God we're doing more to help these kids, or still kids, even though they're technically adults, they age out of the foster system. All of a sudden, where you go? I mean, you think about where you and I were, we're 18, and you don't want these people just to be tossed out on the streets. And so kudos to Lutheran Family Service and all their donors.
And Dana College campus is near and dear to my heart. Either 3 or 4 years for a student council camp. You know, I was a stud, so.
I was wondering, when you said it was near and dear to your heart, I was wondering, where is this going to go?
Well, I've spent like 3 or 4 weeks of my life in those dorms, and it was a fun thing. It was kids from high schools all over the state, and that's where we'd meet, and fond memories of it. And so I'm glad they're finally repurposing it. I know that a few developers had ideas for it, and Frank Krejci bought it and was holding it for. Was he holding it for which college? It was.
Well, I mean, in the very beginning, when Dana College first went out of business, there was a tie with Midland, which is another Lutheran school
which is
Fremont.
Run by Senator.
It was run by Senator Ben Sasse before he was Senator Ben Sasse.
Yeah,
and now President Ben Sasse of the University of Florida. But the other thing I wanted to mention about this story.
But it's a great use. I mean, it's great for those kids that need a place to go and establish their lives. And I think that's a perfect reuse.
Yeah. So this other thing I wanted to say about it, we've talked a lot lately about major philanthropic-driven projects. Now, this project did get a lot of ARPA money, but a lot of philanthropic support behind it too. And you know, when you think about the impact it'll have, and then you think about the $100 million behavioral health hospital at Children's, and then you think about a lot of the arts and culture stuff. Again, I'm talking to you, Nebraska and Iowa, philanthropic donors and volunteers and participants. Good work. Keep it up. I think it's one of the things that keeps our metro area and our state special, is the fact that people are willing to donate their money, and we have a high level of volunteerism here as well.
And I would add that not only are they willing to donate their money, they do it while they're still alive. So, and they want to have input and make sure that their money's put to good use. And I think there's a lot of people, a lot of stakeholders that have done that, but Walter Scott really stands out as someone who kind of set the model for a lot of us. And think about, Jeff, that there would be a lot less for us to talk about if there wasn't so much donation and charity and stakeholders getting involved in all these projects.
Oh yeah,
It drives the construction industry. It drives a lot of the social services industry, and it brings people to Omaha.
Right, real
those
quickly,
things.
I could name, just off the top of my head, a whole bunch of projects that are privately funded that are $100 million or more. The aforementioned Children's Behavioral Health Hospital, the Central Library, the Joslin expansion, the Tenasca Center for Arts Engagement, and the recently opened Kiewit Luminera. Boom, those are all like $100 million projects.
Yeah, and
Driven by-
Steelhouse Omaha
Yeah.
in the park.
Yeah, $300 million riverfront parks. You could go on and on and on. So it's cool stuff. Well, big news coming out of Bellevue. The city of Bellevue plans to construct a 100,000 square foot indoor water park. This would be located on the northwest corner of U.S. Highways 34 and 75. So that's basically on the south side of Bellevue. This building, it would be indoor, but it would have a retractable roof. The plan is to draw visitors from a 250-mile radius. This thing would be one of the top 10 water parks in the United States of America, managed by a national company that specializes in those types of facilities. Bellevue City Council this week authorized up to $60 million in municipal bonds that will go to purchasing the land and actually building the thing. And there would be room in the surrounding development for, restaurants and hotels that would naturally pop up around it. And then finally, Trenton construction could begin this summer with completion planned for 2026.
I think it's an exciting project. I think it's very aggressive. Rusty Hike and the city of Bellevue, the city council, and all the people behind this. It's a great idea in the fact that we don't have amusement parks. We don't have big water park. However, it's aggressive, meaning that I hope they come, and it's not on State and Main, but it is along a major, it's along I-29 basically, not too far from
Essentially, yeah.
And so it will be destination. I hope they pull it off, and it's another great amenity for something that we just don't have here, and I wish them luck.
The city of Omaha unveiled early designs this week for the North Saddle Creek corridor around Hamilton Street. It's called the Saddle Creek Road Streetscape Project. $4 to $4.5 million, landscaping, better traffic flow and safety, public amenities, park benches, lighting. Real neat stuff coming to that area. Construction should start this summer and take about a year.
Isn't there parking along the road too? I thought that was interesting. That it sounded like there was what do you call it? Just tandem parking or whatever on the side of it, which I thought was unique.
Yeah, I know they had a public kind of input session this week, and they released what they call the 30% designs. And so now presumably the plan is to finish that up and get everything started for, that area has a lot of potential, especially with everything going on nearby at the Med Center, and it'll be exciting to see how it looks.
Did they fix the drainage issues for when we get those flash floods? And
I think that's more down on Lower Saddle Creek. This is like the North Saddle Creek. I don't think they have much problems there. It's more.
It is called Saddle Creek.
And you know why?
Yeah.
Yeah, the street.
Because it was a creek?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that the street is literally on top of the creek. The creek is in a concrete box underneath the street, which is why we don't do that. We don't do that anymore when we build new stuff. But back in the day, apparently we did. Well, honestly, Nebraska's former tourism slogan stunk, and thankfully it is gone. The Nebraska Tourism Commission has retired the controversial slogan, Nebraska, honestly, it's not for everyone. And a lot of people have been thinking ever since that thing came out.
How long was
Tourism
it in place?
Commission, honestly, what the hell were you thinking?
How long was that in place?
Too long. I don't know.
But we don't know what they're coming up with, do we?
I know. Nothing was as bad as Omaha, rare, well done. That one was maybe even worse, in my opinion.
I like that.
Really, I hated that one. Yeah. In fact, in all honesty, I don't even know why we need a tourism slogan. Just put out some commercials and call it good. I don't think anyone comes because of some slogan.
Nebraska, get your butts out of here.
And with that, we are going to conclude your news of the week, brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, eaglemortgagecompany.com.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.